Hello, everyone. Lucinda Bassett here, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. I think more and more people are getting out, having fun, living their life. I hope you guys are planning trips this summer and making your plane reservations. I mean, I've had the weirdest calls from people today. Not weird, but just, I think a lot of people are a little more anxious right now because the world's opening up and they're not sure what the new normal is. And people have been through so much change, and I think we've all been tested going through this pandemic. And then, of course, it comes out now in the news that there's a possibility with these variants that, if you're vaccinated, you could still get COVID, which we all know. But, so just be careful out there. I had an incredible weekend, and we are here this week to talk about finding a mate. And I know that sounds like, how's that related to anxiety? Well, trust me, for those of you who are single, who are looking for someone to spend your life with, or just someone to hang out with, it's harder than you think. And there are some techniques that I have used myself to find the perfect mate, okay? And some of you know that I am now engaged. I'm very excited about this guy. And he had a birthday this weekend. He turned 66 years old. I know it's hard to believe I'm dating someone that's 66 years old, except I'm 65. I was like, I know it's hard to believe I'm 65. I freaking can't believe how did I get old so freaking, you ever sit and go, how the hell did I get this old this fast? And then you have these birthday parties and everybody's kids that you remember when they were 15, now they're 30. You're going, oh my God, 15 years went by like that. What am I going to be at 80? I'm going to be 80 before you know it. Anyway, however, that said, we celebrated this lovely man and his 66th birthday. And you know what I did? You guys are going to love this. The theme was, can you think of a great theme for 66? Okay, you have to be 66 to know a great theme get your kicks on Route 66. Remember that? You guys, come on. Those of you that are my age can admit it. So I called it Get Your Kicks on Murray's 66th. And I went on Amazon and I found the coolest stuff, like the Route 66 signs, Route 66 t-shirt, Route 66 balloons that said things like, fuck your old dude. I swear to God, they're on Amazon. So I had the balloons floating all over saying, we got a lot of wrinkles, fuck your old dude. And then, but he's gorgeous. He's the most beautiful man. And so I had the whole house, I ran around like a maniac on Saturday. I had to take a nap before I did this because I'm 65. But no, I ran around and decorated this whole house. And believe it or not, we had everybody that came was vaccinated. And we had food and we had a DJ. This is the first live, event that I have had or been to since COVID, but it was fun. And we danced and it felt really good. He had birthday cake. So we're talking tonight about finding a mate. And it sounds easy. Maybe you're already married, or maybe you're already in a relationship, whatever. Maybe it's perfect. But even if you are, this is a really great session because, it's all about understanding how to manifest, which we talked about last week, bringing the right person into your life. And if you have a person in your life, understanding why they may be really just the right person, and maybe you need to show them that. And if maybe they're not the right person, and maybe some of the information I give you tonight will help you understand if you're with the right person, and if you are, great. And if you're not with anyone, maybe it's time you get out and look for somebody. The COVID virus is lifting. Now is the time to, go on dating sites or expose yourself to meeting new people. There's a lot of ways to meet people right now. So, if you're not with the right person or you want a partner and you don't have it, this could be a fun little session for you. So we're going to start off with this really fabulous book, The Solution, and I'm going to share something out of it that I love. You always see the beauty in things. Your feelings are authentic and you create fabulous experiences for yourself. You often feel happy and you think of others with warmth and caring. You have confidence in yourself and what you do. No matter what somebody else thinks of you, you love you. You see how much you've grown because you recognize your doubts about yourself as signs of strength, not weakness. You maintain a strong commitment to improving yourself and getting better, even though that you believe you're pretty cool and a good person just as you are. You like a lot of things about yourself, and you speak to yourself with compassion and kindness. You're patient with yourself, and you care very much about other people. You take pleasure in your home and your family. You're able to see sunshine and rainbows in your future, and you have the ability to solve problems, and you see open windows. You're a self-confident, strong, and loving person, and you surround yourself with other people like you, positive people. You have a sense of well-being and a great sense of self-respect that will draw others to you. You are worthy of great love. Is that you? And if it isn't you, it should be you. And that's where we're starting off tonight is, you have to be someone that is worthy of great love. So you kind of want to start off with, and I talk about 7 steps to finding the person that you could spend the rest of your life with, or maybe the person you're going to spend the next 7 months with. You have to know what kind of commitment you're looking for in a relationship. But before we talk about those 7 steps, I want to talk about toxic relationships just for a moment. And what's a toxic relationship? Well, it's pretty simple, really. It's a relationship that's all taken, no give. When you're around someone, no matter what you do, you don't feel like you're good enough. They put you down, they drain you, they constantly judge you. You feel like you're constantly being judged. Toxic relationships are with toxic people. They tend to be very negative. They tend to have control issues. They tend to treat you with disrespect and talk down to you. Does anybody have anybody in their life like that? Like they're condescending. I can't stand people like that. They make you feel unworthy. Does anybody have anybody in your life like that? So they can also make you feel uncertain about yourself, make you feel unhappy. They can make you feel uncomfortable. So toxic relationships are with people that do that to you. And then you say, why would I be with someone like that? We all have people in our lives like that because those people are everywhere. It could be your boss. It could be your sibling. It could be your sister. It could be your wife. It could be believe it or not, it could be your good friend. And you say, but I don't know what, this person just makes me anxious when I'm around them. They make me feel bad about myself. They make me feel like I'm doing everything wrong. Well, then why do you continue hanging out with them? I would say. And you'd say, it's my son. It's my daughter. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. We can't always pick our family now, can we? But we can pick our partners. And if your partner is that way now, then that you have to reevaluate who you're with, how they treat you, and maybe take a stance on asking yourself about that relationship. So I'm in a really healthy relationship, and I want to share some cards with you here today. So some of these cards, I don't know that, again, I pull these cards randomly. They're angel cards, and they're messages from the universe for you. So this one is, use your God-given power and intentions to manifest what you want in your life. The next one is, peace comes from remembering that only love is real. That's a nice card for tonight's topic. Only love is real. And then everything is how it needs to be in your life right now. Look past the illusions and see the underlying truth. That people get so caught up in the I'm not good enough syndrome that they really think that they're not good enough to be loved. So and you might want to just write these down because it's always a good idea, because then you can put them in your phone. First, 7 steps to finding a soulmate. Well, before we do that, what is a soulmate? A soulmate is someone who you have an this is really important, effortless connection with. They understand you, love you, and they're there to walk with you through life, good and bad. There are going to be days when you don't feel good. There's going to be a time when you're angry. There's going to be times when you're feeling insecure. There's going to be a time when you say something you shouldn't say. But a soulmate is someone that you have an effortless connection with. You know, it just, you feel it. There's something about them. It feels right. So how do you find a soulmate? Doesn't matter if you're 65 or if you're 25, even if you're already with someone. Let's just take a look at how you go about finding a soulmate. First of all, we talked about this a little bit earlier, you need to adopt healthy qualities and practices in your life so that you are a healthy, worthy catch. What does that mean? It means, what are you looking for? And interestingly, in a recent article I read in Esquire, this is interesting, okay? Women tend to be influenced by someone's presence, style, and confidence. Men are looks driven. Surprise. Okay. So women like, and it doesn't matter whether you're, what your sexual preference is, but women tend to be drawn to partners who have a sense of style and quality of confidence. Men tend to be more into how someone looks. Okay. Interestingly, this is from Esquire, this is not me. It's very difficult for a successful relationship to be successful when there is a 10-year or more age difference, believe it or not. And it's more difficult even if the woman is the older person to sustain it. Doesn't mean you can't, but it's easier for a 60-year-old guy to date a 50-year-old woman than it is for a 60-year-old woman to date a 50-year-old guy. And that's no surprise, but not impossible. So the other thing that's interesting in relationships that work, according to Esquire, is if you're a giver, you should date givers. If you're a taker, you should date takers. It's very hard for a giver and a taker to get along in a relationship. I'm a giver. The guy that I'm engaged to is very much a giver. And I've dated takers. There's nothing wrong. If you're a taker, you're a taker. And you say, well, what does that mean? Givers, you know what a giver is. How much can I do for you? What time do you want me to be there? Do you want me to pick you up? You want my jacket off my back? Here, take it. That's me, okay? You're a doer, you're a giver. You want to help people. You want to be there. How hard can you try? So the bottom line is, if you're someone and you know who you are, be honest with yourself, that tends to be a giver, you need to date a giver. If you're someone that tends to be a taker, in other words, you're a little bit selfish, you tend to put yourself first, you're impatient, you can be very controlling. I'm not saying those are bad characteristics, but you should date someone more like yourself and you'll be happier. Okay. The other interesting thing is, it is, believe it or not, it's always a good idea to have things in common. It'd be very hard to date someone who's a sports fanatic if you didn't like sports. And I'm not a sports person. Okay. I don't give a shit about football, baseball, soccer, basketball. And I've dated people who are really into sports and it just doesn't work because, I'm not. So I dated a guy that's not that much of a sports fanatic. Also, it's really difficult to be in a relationship where you can't be your authentic self. So according to Esquire, don't try to pretend to be someone you're not. Like, if you're a sports fanatic and you meet this beautiful woman and she hates sports, for her to try to pretend she likes them is not really the right thing to do. Or for you to pretend you don't like sports when in fact you're running around with the LA Lakers, t-shirt on every day. You need to be honest about who you are. You need to be your authentic self. And why am I telling you this? Because you're looking for your soulmate. You're looking for your match. You're looking for someone that you're compatible with. You're looking for someone you have chemistry with. You're looking for someone you can sit and do nothing with and be so content in the moment. So trust your instincts. That's another thing. You should know within 30 minutes if someone is kind of really working and there's chemistry, or if there's no chemistry, if they check all the boxes in a lot of great ways. If they're not checking any boxes and in fact they're turning you off, move on. It shouldn't be, again, effortless. It shouldn't be that much work when you meet someone to get a relationship going. And so according to Esquire, communication. The person that you're trying to get together with is not a mind reader, so you need to tell them what you're looking for. What does that mean? When you meet someone, hey, I'm looking for a long-term relationship. I'm looking for a partner. I'm looking for exclusivity. I really love to travel. These are all things that are important. And when you meet somebody, to get clarity about if you're going in the same direction. So going back to the 7 steps, number 1, adopt a healthy life. Adopt healthy qualities and practices in your life that make you the worthy catch. Because if you want a brilliant, attractive, financially secure person, then you kind of need to be that yourself. And that doesn't mean you have to be rich, and it doesn't mean you have to be skinny, but it means you have to say, hey, if I'm looking, like me, okay, if I'm looking for a guy that's going to be happy with me being a grandmother, maybe it'd be a good idea if he wanted to be a grandfather. The guy that I wanted to date, I wanted him to want to be, in my life as a lifetime partner. I wanted him to enjoy traveling. I wanted him to love music. It's extremely important that he's intelligent, because I think I'm pretty smart. May not be, but I think I am, and I want to have intelligent conversations. I want a guy that that wants a nurturing woman, because I'm very nurturing. I wanted a guy that likes children, because I have children. So you got to really be clear about what you're looking for, and then you have to look back at yourself and say, am I a good grandmother? Am I physically attractive? Am I independent? Do I like to travel? And because, if I want that in a guy, then he's going to have to want that in me, because that's who I am. So adopt healthy qualities and practices so that you are what you're seeking. You are a worthy catch yourself. Number 2, be rooted in this is so important. You want to attract people like flies? You draw more bees with honey than you do bug spray. Okay. So don't be negative. Don't be a complainer. Be rooted in an attitude of abundance. Anything is possible. I am capable of finding an incredible mate. I am worthy of great love. I deserve, in fact, to find him or her. Well, I started writing on my pad, I'm looking for him and he's looking for me. And he's going to be gorgeous, and he's going to be kind, and he's going to be affectionate, and he's going to be full of life, and he's going to be brilliant. And he is. I found exactly what I wrote down. I got what I manifested. So, that's what you've got to do. You've got to be rooted in an attitude of abundance, that anything is possible, and you can absolutely have what you want, and you are worthy of great love. And besides that, you're gonna pull in what you put out. So if you're there being negative and complaining, I don't feel good, there's something wrong with me, I've got anxiety, I think I'm dying all the time, that you're going to draw that to you. You don't want that. You want a healthy, happy person, and you want to be the same. You're like, well, but that's not me. Yes, it is. I just read to you who you are. You're capable of great love. You've been working here with me now for a year on Zoom. I hope some of this is rubbed off on you. Matthew, I know it has for you. All right. So be rooted in an attitude of abundance. Anything is possible. I'm worthy of great love. That's number 2. Number 3, it's time to make changes in your life to broaden your scope of people that you meet. What does that mean? Get out, go out, join clubs, get on social media. It is time to make changes in your life to widen your scope of people you meet. If you're sitting at home every night watching reruns of, I don't even know, I'm not one of those people that watches serial television. That's another thing. If you're someone that likes, I went to, I think I mentioned this before, but I went to a party the other night and everybody was sitting around talking about all these TV series they're watching. Oh, Game of Thrones. Oh, this. Oh, I love that one. And I felt like an idiot because they're like, which one do you like, Lucinda? And I said, I don't watch those. I'd rather be on the internet. I'd rather be out to dinner, having great conversation. I'm not someone that's going to sit there. But listen, if you're dating someone that's into series television, you better be into series television. You might check that out when you're having a conversation with them, your meet and greet. And so that's number 3, make changes in your life to widen your scope of people that you meet. Number 4, this is really important. Know what you're looking for. Be really specific. You know what? If you're a guy that likes blonde women, know that. I know it sounds really stupid, but it's not. Some men actually prefer blondes. Some men like women that are 5'5". You know, some women like tall guys. Maybe you're a smoker and you need to let somebody know that. I don't like it when people keep secrets. I think if you've got something that you're dealing with that you don't necessarily need to tell them on the first date, but maybe something like, you know what, I smoke. Is that okay with you? And they may say, no, I'm not into that. You know, it's not okay with me. Doesn't mean you can't be a smoker, but maybe you need to date someone who smokes. And this is as simple as maybe you like to drink. It's really hard to date someone who doesn't drink if you drink. And that's something else you want to say, look, I don't drink alcohol. Are you cool with that? And they may say, gosh, I really respect you, but you know what? I like to have a glass of wine when I go out, or a martini. And so maybe I don't know if that's going to work. So really be clear. It's extremely important, number 4, for you to sit and define what you want. I defined it. I wrote out a paragraph and described the man that I wanted to meet. Look, you're looking for a soulmate. You're not looking for a playmate. Okay. And if you are looking for a playmate, that's a whole different Zoom call. It's like, and I'm not saying that's wrong. Maybe you just want to go have fun. That's okay too. But then the person that you're going to hang out with needs to know, hey, look, I'm not looking for a serious relationship. I honestly really respect people on these dating sites that say things like, I'm not looking for a serious relationship. I'm just looking for someone to have fun with. And I mean, I don't know what that means. Maybe they're looking for a good time. I don't know. But the bottom line is be upfront with people. Tell them what you're looking for, because there's nothing worse than you putting your heart out there looking for a real long-term relationship with someone. And you go out with them 3 or 4 times and you go, wow, I really like this person. They say, and you're like, I want to get married again. And they're like, they run for the hills. So it's always good to have those conversations kind of up front. Okay, so number 5, this is really important too. Know when you find someone who could be the one. Say, wow, you know what? And give them a chance. This is the thing I see happening now that screws up so many potential relationships because of all these dating sites. People will go on and they'll meet somebody and they'll talk to them once, or maybe go out with them twice and say, they're not for me. There's so many other people out there. No, if the chemistry is there when you meet and they're checking a lot of the boxes, give them a chance. If you really say, you know what, this is someone that I feel could be the one, give them the time to develop a relationship with you so that you can see if they check the boxes. And listen, there are some really big no's. Like I said, if you like to drink and they don't, or if they're into sports and you're not, or if you love to travel and they don't fly, or if you have kids and they don't like kids, those are all red flags. Those are like, you know what, don't waste your time, move on. But if they're checking a lot of the boxes and you think they could be the one, give them the time that it takes to develop that. And then, so that's 5. 6 is, right up front, you need to make sure, and this is not always easy, that chemistry and the admiration is mutual. There's nothing worse than unrequited love. In other words, you're really into someone and you're all excited about the relationship, and 2 months in, they're still just not really into you. And now maybe you've been intimate and you're really feeling like you're falling in love. Women do this. Women, when they tend to get intimate, they tend to fall in love, okay? And they have this expectation. Women are not going to go out, not most women, and just go out and have sex with you. I mean, most women are looking for intimacy in a long-term relationship. So, that's make sure that this is so important. Number 6, that before you get intimate, I would highly advise that you make sure that the chemistry and the admiration is equal, that it's mutual, that they adore you as much as you adore them. And again, this is all about finding a soulmate. This is all about finding someone that you can really enjoy and spend time with, and even quiet time. This is about finding someone that you can do nothing with and you're just happy to be with them. You can take just a simple walk in a park and you're thrilled. You can go to it's easy to go to a really expensive dinner and sit with someone and say, oh, this is fabulous. Try going to an inexpensive dinner and eating ribs and, chatting it up and see if you can still have fun with them. Doing simple things, doing nothing. That's a soulmate. And then last but not least, it's really important when you find this gift at the end of the rainbow, this potential soulmate, that you develop healthy relationship habits so that you can keep this soulmate. And I've worked with so many people who meet a person who could be right, and they start sabotaging it right away. Like they start maybe going on Tinder and seeing what else is out there, or they go out on a date with the person, and by date 3, they're looking at somebody else across the room, or they start telling this person, I'm not sure this is going to work because you live an hour away. And they start sabotaging the relationship because they're afraid of commitment. So if you're lucky enough to go to all this effort and you find someone that has the potential to be a soulmate, please develop a healthy relationship, develop healthy relationship habits. And what are they? That means you call them regularly, you text them regularly, you are attentive, you are the gentleman. If it's a male-female relationship, you pull the chair out, you take off their coat, you treat them like a lady. You are the lady if it's a man-woman relationship. And you're feminine and you're loving and you are nurturing. And if you're dating someone, you will go to his place. He doesn't just always come to your place. Again, it is give and take, and it's about opening up your heart. It's about being available. It's about showing them that you truly are interested, that you have mutual chemistry. And sometimes, and right now, I'm just going to talk about male, female, because it's the easiest thing to talk about, but you can apply it to any relationship. Sometimes guys need to be nudged to buy you flowers. Sometimes oh, you know what? I love flowers. And they show up with flowers. And then you're like, oh my God, I love these flowers. Always be grateful for anything someone does for you. If they cook for you, if they bring you a gift, if they, send you a text about how beautiful it was to meet you, how beautiful a person you are. Women can never get enough of that. I don't think anybody can get enough of that. So, soulmates are absolutely possible to find. I think it's a really good idea to look for people who are kind, caring, and genuine, and people who are grounded. And you might say, well, I'm not even all of that. Okay, well, if that's what you want to find, then that's what you need to be. And you know what? What's really interesting is when you find the right person, when you find the person with that chemistry, and if you're not with someone with all that, maybe it's time to move on. If you're with someone that's, frustrating you and making you angry and making you feel small, and you don't have any chemistry with them anymore, what are you doing? Maybe it's time to jump. Maybe it's time to, and when I say jump, I'm a big believer in kindness. Like, hey, this has been a really nice run, but I need to move on. I feel like, I'm going in a different direction, and I don't want to hold you back. And listen, I was in a relationship for a long time that came to an end during during the beginning of COVID. And I was very loving. It was like facial features. That's interesting. They're similar. Yes, that's true. A lot of people do like to get together with people that kind of look similar. I find crazy chicks, because I find them highly entertaining. That's not a problem. Okay. But you have to ask yourself, Maurice, that if you keep picking on crazy chicks, why? Why do you pick on crazy chicks? And maybe you just like crazy chicks, and that's okay too. But then you have to ask yourself, what do crazy chicks like? And listen, I have a client who's just a badass. He's kind of crazy. He likes, pickup trucks and all kinds of crazy stuff, and he's dating someone that's kind of like him, and they get along really well. He'd be bored out of his mind with a calm, peaceful, easygoing chick who wants to sit at home and just watch TV. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. You must have a little bit of crazy in you, and you like crazy too. And that's good. And that's clarity about what you're looking for. So, but still, even crazy, kindness, caring, dedication, genuineness. You need to be with someone who has integrity. I don't care how crazy they are. You don't want a liar. You don't want to cheat. You want someone who is kind, caring, genuine, and has integrity. And you must be the same. You have to treat each other with compassion and respect and passion. And passion is what keeps romance alive. Okay. And I am a big believer in romance. And I think romance is a huge part of the chemistry. So there are 7 very simple steps. I'm going to just read through them again. Adopt healthy qualities and practices so that you yourself are a worthy catch. If you need to lose weight, if you need to stop drinking or stop drinking so much, if you need to put the weed away, if you need to stop saying fuck, whatever it is that's going to bring you a person that's going to make you feel good, then adopt healthy qualities and practices so that you are a worthy catch too. And then be rooted in an attitude of abundance. Anything is possible. I am worthy of great love. I'm a happy person. By the way, I'm happy being single. I enjoy my life. I take care of my body. I eat healthy. I'm excited about my future, but I want a partner. I want to share this abundance with someone. 3, make changes in your life to widen your scope of people you meet. Get out there, get on the sites, join clubs, anything you can do. Go out with friends. 4, be really specific about what you want. Write a paragraph, be specific, do bullet points, put it on your phone. What kind of person are you looking for? What do you want them to look like? How much money do you want them to make? How do you want them to live? Is religion important? If so, what kind? Do you want them to be a parent? Do you want them to want to get married? It's all really, or do you want them to be affectionate? When you found someone who could be the one, who has the potential to be the one, give them a chance. Don't sabotage it. 6, make sure that the chemistry and admiration and adoration is mutual. You do not want to be the one 6 months from now adoring someone who is not adoring you back. If it's not there by day 3 or 4, it's not going to be there. And 7, develop healthy relationship habits once you've found this person so that you can keep this person and they can become your soulmate. And it's not too late, and you're not too old, and you're not too anything except whatever you think you're not good enough, because maybe, you need to work on some things, work on those things, because you're going to draw to you whatever you think you are. So if you think that you're not attractive enough, or you're too, unloving, or you're too negative, then what it's going to do is it's going to affect your self-esteem, and you're not going to put out the sunshine and the effervescence that's going to draw people to you that are going to bring you that connectedness that could make them be at the potential soulmate for you. Look, you guys, I don't tell you to do things that I haven't done myself. Who would have believed that I'd be sitting here at 65 meeting, and I had the love of my life, but he passed away 12 years ago, and I finally have met, I think, the rest of my life. And I'm grateful to God for this man. And I did it exactly the way I'm telling you to do it. I would love to get an email from you guys saying, oh my gosh, 2 weeks from now, you're just not going to believe it. I met the most amazing person. I did exactly what you told me to do. I am manifesting my man or my woman or my partner. I'm doing it. And so this is how you do it. I want to invite you all, before we breathe, I want you to breathe with me tonight. I'm very excited. I would like you to set the intention of bringing that person into your life. If you have a person in your life and they're not checking these boxes, how could you talk to them? Communication, so that you could, get rid of some of these toxic behaviors that they're expressing. And how could you be more loving to them? How could you give them what you need, okay? And have an adult conversation about what you need from them. If you're out there struggling in any way at all, please, I would love to be, I'd love to coach you. I told you guys that we are doing coaching. I want to get you a phone number to call. You can call Darla at, why isn't her number on here? Hold on a second. Want to make sure I got all these numbers for Darla at 419-350-7499. 419-350-7499. The reason you want to call that number, you guys, is we're doing some really exciting things. For one, I'm doing one-on-one coaching. It will change your life. And I can say that because everybody loves the coaching. And I do have a free a few open spaces available, and it's really fun. So if you want to work with someone who gets your anxiety, your depression, or your relationship issues or anything, I'm really, really excited to work with anybody about any of these problems. And I tend to be someone who gives you really good advice and answers, and we get a lot done. So that's great. We're also putting together a group for group coaching. We don't do this very often because I'm too busy, but we're doing one, and we're starting it in June, and it's going to sell out. We've already got like a lot of calls about this group, and it's an affordable way to get coaching. You're in a group of people on Zoom. It's a lot of fun, and that's going to start in June, and it will be sold out. And we're also doing our breath retreat. So if you want any more information about any of this stuff, call Darla, and her number is 419-350-7499. And you can set up a 10-minute call with her to see if you're a candidate for individual coaching or group coaching or the breath retreat, which will change your life. And I hope you guys are going to follow me on my podcast, Let Go with Lucinda. It's on Wednesdays. It's on every podcast platform. And now we're going to breathe. So this breath work is so important, you guys. Oh my God. And I want you to fall into this breath work with total abandon and surrender, knowing that your breath is life. I talk to so many people who are laborious breathers. Oh, I just think I don't want to get my mammogram, or I haven't been on a plane for a year. I don't really want to fly. I'm supposed to be going to Texas. I don't want to, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Or, oh, I don't know. I've got a date on Friday night. I'm scared to death. Okay, so you're going to breathe tonight. You're going to breathe in power and abundance and gratitude for life. You're going to breathe in through your mouth and out through the mouth. No nose breathing. Don't cheat on me. Open your mouth like you're drinking through a water bottle. Breathing into the count of 3, out to the count of like 1.5. Breathing in abundance, gratitude. Breathing out toxins, negative thinking. Breathing in love, patience, a knowingness that you will find your soulmate. Breathing out any negative thoughts, any negative behaviors, any insecurities that you may feel. So we're going to start the breath work. So what I'd really like you to do, you experienced breathers know what to do. So open your mouth. You're going to breathe into the count of 3. And then a short breath out. Into the count of 3, short breath out, keeping your breath connected. And I'm going to give you positive affirmations. I want you to sit back and close your eyes. Put your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your solar plexus, which is the area that speaks to you from the universe. It's the area right below your breast and above your belly button. That's your solar plexus. Put your left hand there. That will bring you messages from the universe. Your right hand up on your chest, right above your chest. And we're going to start breathing. I want you to close your eyes. And I invite you to come into this breath work tonight with total surrender, knowing that it's safe to breathe. It's safe to be in your body. I call upon the I Am Presence, Masters of Light, and angelic forces to now assist everyone here tonight to manifest and embrace the energy of spirit under grace, safe surrender, and perfect alignment with acceptance of all the information and guidance that they may receive tonight. Keep breathing. Safe to breathe. It's safe to be in my body. My will and God's will are one. This is a safe place for you to go when you're anxious, when you're questioning yourself, if you're scared. One of the most effective modalities for calming yourself is breath. If you could learn to slow your breath down and breathe through your mouth. Keep your breath connected. This is one of the most healthy, invigorating modalities you can practice. It's for some people, if you have a hard time meditating, this breath work is so effective. I invite you to embrace spirit. I invite you to keep your breath connected, knowing that you are one with the universe, allowing this vibration to move through your body from the top of your head and the crown chakra down to the tips of your toes, to the base chakra. You are spiritual, yet grounded. From the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes, breathing in all that is good, health, abundance, kindness, energy, life, love. You are worthy of great love. Breathing out compassion, non-judgment, joy. I hope you're sitting back, and I hope you're grounded, and I hope that you feel the energy of the universe moving gently, beautifully through your body. Can you feel it? This beautiful energy throughout your body is the great I am, spirit energy. It's your soul, your life, your essence, your light. It's your gift. Letting your mind drift now, feeling the vibration radiate from you around to the space you're in, out into the room. Sending others your unconditional love. Maybe there's someone you want to think of in your mind right now. You can bring them into your third eye chakra, which is between your eyebrows. You can take your index finger and put it up between your third eye chakra, and you can send love to your son or your daughter or your significant other, radiating from you this wonderful energy, sending those in your life unconditional love, warm, tender thoughts. You are pure. You are loving. What a gift your energy is to others. Filling your body full of good health, healthy blood flow, healthy thoughts, energizing you and those around you, yet calming you and placing your soul in safe surrender. In this moment, in this space, trust and let go. Trusting the universe, keeping your breath consistent, breathing in all that is good, breathing out trust and surrender. If one of your intentions tonight is to find a soulmate, maybe this week, maybe this month, maybe this year, set that attention in your mind, set that intention in your mind right now. Ask the universe to open your heart and open windows to bring new people into your space so that you may meet that special person. I invite you now to take a few moments and ponder any information or messages that may have come to you in this breath session. And slowly, gently, bringing your breath back to a slow, normal space and pace, wiggling your toes and your fingers, coming back into the room, and open your eyes, see me, hello. I hope you find what I have found, my friends. Unconditional, grounded, true love with a soulmate, because it is truly one of the most amazing gifts from God. And if you haven't found yours yet, he or she is out there. So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you go out there and make it a great week to be you. And I hope you meet the person you're looking for. Till then, I'll see you next week.